Hello, I hope that you are enjoying different mathematical problems I'm solving. Today I have a geometrical problem for you. So the problem is as the following. If I have a perfect square whose side is 1 and then I have a line from this corner to the middle of the other side and the same for the other four lines, then obviously I have a perfect square, the red one, in the middle of this bigger square. And the problem says, what is the area of that perfect square? So if I call the area of the perfect square as A, I would like to find A. How can we solve this problem? There are many different ways to solve this problem, and I just have solved it by my own method, but you can obviously find different ways. So the way I solve this problem is as the following. Let's imagine we draw some lines here, some dotted lines, and then we can see we have four equal, this is very important, four equal triangles. And I draw them here for you again. So if this is the biggest, this is the big square, then I have this basically four triangles, and all of them are equal. If the area of one triangle is t, obviously 4t equals 1, the area of the bigger square. And as a result, I can say t equals 1 over 4. So I already have the area of one triangle. How can it help me? I will show you how it can help, because if I have the area of this part and also I have the area of this part, which is basically 2 times 1 over 4, which is basically 1 over 2, then I can have the area of this part, okay? But if I have the area of this part, which is basically 1 minus 1 over 2, which is 1 over 2, then, and let's say I have the area of this part and this part, I can calculate the area of the red part, right? Let's see how we can do that. So for simplicity, I define some variables. So I define the area of this small triangle here to be x, and because all of these small triangles are similar, this is x, this is x, this is x. But I just write these two because I only need those two. And I define the area of this part basically to be y. And obviously this is also y. And clearly I can say 2x plus y equals to the area of one triangle, which is basically 1 over 4. I just need one more relationship between x and y, then I can already find x and y. How can I do that? So in order to find another relationship between x and y, I try to separate this triangle. So I go and say, well, look at this triangle. This is interesting because if I draw this triangle again, this is 90 degrees. And I hope that you agree with me that this is also 90 degrees because we have a perfect square in the middle. And this part is basically in the middle. This point is in the middle of this whole side, which is 1. And clearly I can see that I have two triangles here. One is this little one, and also one is this bigger one. And those triangles are similar. So I hope that you know from Euclidean geometry, when I have two similar triangles, so the relationship between the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of any pair of their corresponding sides. So let's say I know that basically for the little triangle, this side is 1 over 2. And for the bigger triangle, maybe I can actually write it with a, well, I wanted to write it, but this with a different color, but I think this is also okay. And this bigger side is also 1. So the ratio is basically 1 over 2 over 1, which is 1 over 2 between these two different sides. And as a result, I can say the area of the smaller, so this is the area of the smaller triangle, is basically 1 over 2 to the power of 2 times the area of the bigger triangle. So yeah, this is what we have from Euclidean geometry. You can feel free to check this relationship. It always exists. But what is the area of S? Basically a smaller triangle. So it's X. And what is the area of the bigger triangle? That is 1 over 4 times the area of the bigger triangle is basically X plus Y, right? So as a result, I can say 4x equals to x plus y, or I can say y equals to 3x. So I found another relationship between y and x. Amazing. So I put them into one set of equations. So I have 2x plus y equals 1 over 4. And then I have y equals 3x. Let's see how we can solve this. So I just have to replace y in the first equation. Then I get 2x plus 3x equals to 1 over 4, or in other words, x equals to 1 over 4 divided by 5, which is 1 over 20. So I found x. And as a result, I can say y equals to 3 times x, which is 3 over 20. Perfect. So I have y, but I already know that the area of this middle part is 1 over 2. So I can proceed and say 1 over 2 equals to the area of the red part, which is a, plus 2y. I already have y, so I can say 1 over 2 equals a plus 2 times y is 3 over 10. You can find that yourself, and then a equals to 1 over 2 minus 3 times 3 over 10, which is basically 10 minus, so 10 divided by 2 is basically 5, minus 3 over 10, which is 2 over 10 or 1 over 5. In other words, the area is 1 over 5. Did you enjoy this solution? If you enjoyed this solution, please make sure that you like my video and share it with your friends. And at the very least, subscribe to my channel. As I promised in my previous videos, I'll be posting a lot of interesting mathematical problems. And also, if you think you have a simpler solution to this problem, please feel free to share that solution with me and other people in the comments section. And I very much look forward to seeing your solutions. So see you next time.